Today, I would like to introduce you to a topic that is becoming more and more important on the Polish labor market: the employment of foreigners with student status. Polish law makes it much easier to employ foreigners studying in Poland. Thanks to this, these people become very desirable by employers. As usual, remember to subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up if you like the video, and above all, leave a comment. Employment of a student from the EU. An EU citizen has the same right to work while studying in Poland as a Polish citizen. A work permit is not required. Thus, the employer does not have to go through a long and complicated procedure of obtaining documents entitling a foreigner to work in Poland. EU citizens have the right to freely reside and work in Poland. It should be remembered that if the stay of EU citizen working in Poland is longer than 3 months, he is obligated to register his stay at the voivodeship office competent for his place of residence. After registering your stay in Poland, the office issues a certificate to EU citizens. The employee should provide a copy of this document to the employer. Employment of a student from outside the EU. As a rule, in order to legally employ a foreigner from outside the EU, you must obtain a work permit. There are some exceptions to this rule. Pursuant to the regulation of the Minister of Labour and Social Policy of 21st April 2015 on cases in which entrusting work to a foreigner in the territory of the Republic of Poland is permissible without the need to obtain a work permit, foreigners who have the status of student of full-time studies at Polish university, or participant in full-time doctoral studies at a Polish university, a graduate of Polish full-time studies at a Polish university, or a graduate of full-time doctoral studies at a Polish university in scientific institutes of the Polish Academy of Science or research institutes operating under the provisions on the research institutes, a graduate of Polish upper secondary schools, including post-secondary schools. What is very important, students, graduates of full-time studies at all universities, regardless of whether it is public or non-public institution, are exempt from the obligation to have a work permit. It should be remembered that foreigners who are students of part-time higher education studies or graduates of part-time higher education studies are not exempt from the obligation to have a work permit. The employer is obligated to obtain a work permit or statement on entrusting work to them. Obligation of the employer in order to employ a foreigner who has the status of a full-time student. The employer should obtain the following documents from the candidate for an employee: current certificate from the university confirming the continuation of studies, and also copy of student ID. Employment without the need to obtain a work permit is possible only when the foreigner has the status of a full-time student. In the case of employing a foreigner who is a graduate of full-time higher education at a Polish university, the employer should receive a copy of the higher education diploma from the future employee. In addition, the employer must make sure that the foreigner resides legally in Poland. The employee should have one of the following documents: temporary residence permit, current visa, biometric passport, and unused period of visa-free stay. A foreigner can also be employed if the above document expired during his stay in Poland, but only if the foreigner submitted an application for temporary residence during the period of legal stay. After submitting an application for temporary residence during the period of legal stay, for example, during the period of validity of the visa or temporary residence permit, or during the period of stay under visa-free travel, and provided that the necessary documents are submitted to the case file, the foreigner receives an appropriate stamp in the passport. A stamp in the passport confirms that submission of the application within the period of legal stay. It enables the foreigners to stay and work in the territory of Republic of Poland until the final decision on granting on temporary residence permit is issued. Stay after submitting the application on time is legal and the foreigner can be employed. The employer should obtain from the employee an up-to-date certificate from the Voivodeship office about the pending administrative proceedings regarding the granting of temporary residence permit. Performing business activity by foreign students. In addition, in accordance with the Act of 6 March 2018 on the principles of participation of foreign entrepreneurs and other foreign persons in economic turnover on the territory of the Republic of Poland, foreigners who have the temporary residence permits for the purpose of studying the full-time higher education may take up and pursue business on the same terms as Polish citizens, without the need to obtain an additional work permit. Foreigners with such a permit can, for example, open and run a sole proprietorship and consequently provide services as part of B2B cooperation. Also act as partners in partnerships without time limits. A foreigner student on the Polish labor market, the Polish labor market needs more and more employees. In this situation, employing a foreigner with the status of a student or graduate can solve the problem of staff shortages in companies. The formalities related to taking up employment by some foreigners after meeting the requirements described above are comparable to the employment of a Polish citizen. We invite you to use the help of our office. A team of experienced lawyers will support the employer in all matters related to employment of foreigners. Thank you for watching my video. I hope the video was helpful, and if you want to know more about immigration to Poland, please remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time very soon.